the light. It is 3:13. There, tip over. There, tip over. It is 3:13, August 12th, 2022. I'm sitting here meditating, having a cigarette, and I'm not hearing a conversation or anything like that, but it's a conversation between a mother and a child, like a baby. And the baby keeps asking a question, and the mother's like, I don't know. And the kid's like, well, what about? And she's like, I don't know. And she's smiling while she's doing it. So I don't know. I don't know what this is about. Okay. What the hell? Okay. Focus. Okay. This just looked like it was Galadriel standing over there at her mirror, but it also looked like this bird, like it played out in my mind as a comedy show of Galadriel like looking in the mirror, and this bird is like one of those Disney birds that shows up and it's talking and it's saying, he's finally showing up, or she's finally showing up, they're finally showing up, and then she throws her arms up and she's like, oh fucking finally. Oh man, look at her face. Oh, I need a better camera. Some of you are happy and you're just chilling by yourself, being a Disney princess or a Disney prince. Others of you are going about your day cleaning, like maybe you're cleaning the kitchen sink or the bathroom sink, and then there's a message that comes on your phone or an email notification or a knock on the door. And the reaction or the way you'll feel. You know that what the fuck moment where it's like you throw your hands up and you're like, what the fuck? And someone else is looking at you, like they hear you because you suddenly said what the fuck really loud. I'm like, what? Nothing. Okay. Yep. Are you sure? Yep. Maiden of water. Lo and behold, someone shows up out of their emotions, being guided by something that actually feels nice instead of negative emotions. They show up out of their dark night of the soul, or whatever you want to call it, and this person's like, oh hey, Three of Cups, Maiden of water. Reunion, reconciliation, harvest, happiness, being at peace. And then there's negative aspects of it also. So pick where you are on your frequency. And then this is someone bringing a message. There's also various different interpretations of this, but the way I'm being shown I'm being asked to show you is that this person is minding their business. They get a message that something or someone is on the way, and then boom, before they can even move from that spot, like as soon as they have that reaction that something's happening and someone's coming, like they scramble to go get ready, but before they can even move from the spot where they got the message, that person shows up. See that? The person that shows up could have a significance to the color red. And some connection to, and this is going to sound strange to some of you, but this will narrow it down for a lot of you. And no, I don't know who it is, but this will narrow it down for you, whoever you are listening, whoever this person is that's showing up, or whatever this is that's showing up in your life today or in the next 3 days, has to do with Sophia, goddess Sophia, the realm of aeons, and the Gnostic things. So it's someone that's connected to that genre of life. You already know who it is, those of you that need to know. And those of you that aren't dealing with anyone else, you're going to be shown something in the next 3 days that's going to have you feel like you overcame a traumatic wound you had in the past. You cleansed it off. And then you dried yourself off, and now you're ready for your new life. Any advice other than their own guidance system that they need to know? The Six of Air. Some of you are thinking about separating from an animal companion. I would say hold off. Give it a few more days before you make a decision. Others of you, within the next 3 to 6 days or 9 days, you might be moving or relocating somewhere. Or it could the energy could play out in your life in the way where you're learning something that was hidden from you that you didn't know. A new piece of information. And it's something that might have you feeling a little uneasy, or like, what is that feeling called? Surprised and taken back, where you're uncertain of what to feel next. See that cat closing the book? You might feel in a way, whatever this is, good or bad, where it's similar to needing a minute to just process it. Like, oh, that's what it was. It could be something as simple as you ate something and it's, having you burp. And then instead of figuring it out all day long, it just kind of pops up in your reality. Oh, that's what it was. But his advice to you, stop thinking so much. Put the books down, put the research down, stop analyzing your emotions so much. Just be present in the moment. If you have a pet, meditate with a pet. The winds of change are blowing in a lot of people's lives, which means a lot of people are going to have that surprise face. Expect benevolent and best possible outcomes. 3 of Earth. The energies of the Earth are working with a lot of you and bringing in change. But there's also beings that are causing that change. And the more negative energy that's fueled, the more negative energy will be used, right? And if people aren't transmuting the negative energy, it becomes a wave of negative energy. or a wave of positive energy? Do you want to have this, or do you want to have that? Sophia and Shakti, I think, or Lakshmi. Sorry, I'm not really sure which one. I know one of them sits in the lotus flower, and I'm fairly certain it's Lakshmi. But I could be wrong, because I'm uncertain about the number of hands they have. But I know that's Sophia. So your advice, drink water, reconnect with those that have something to say to you, because the winds of change have blown. Do not expect negative outcomes, instead expect positive outcomes. If you cannot pretend with positive scenarios, distract yourself with something else that feels good to do. Focus on the luxuries, the wisdom, the beauty, the mysteries, and the wonders of life and nature around you. Keep yourself busy for the next few days. Planetarily, there's a lot of stuff happening in the stars where each goddess and each planet are aligned the way they're supposed to be. Venus is in Cancer, etc., etc. They're all in their own houses. Capricorn and Saturn. I think Mercury in Virgo and Pluto's in Scorpio. I think something like that. I don't know the exact thing. I don't have a chart. But anyway, it's like the hands of the clock clicking and the gears moving, and they're connecting and aligning. You know what happens when light goes through a kaleidoscope and the kaleidoscope condenses, consolidates its image, right? When all the knights at the round table sit at their seats, where all the kings and queens sit in their thrones, what happens? An announcement is made, isn't it? Hear ye, hear ye. See it? Oh, it's not about that. It's about that. And that are what's needed to get there. Four of Cups. No more denying. No more rejecting. No more avoiding. No more hiding. No more lying. No more projecting. No more gaslighting. No more violence. Who wants to start being honest? When you stand at the well that connects eternity to infinity, and you hold your emotions and your passions, one in each hand, light of creation behind you, the tree of life at your feet, at the access point of everything. What do you do? Who are you when you jump through that and you come out the other side? You could even come out like that. of what do I do, Celeste? Tell me. Who haven't you forgiven? Because the energy of you holding on, and you holding on to that energy of unforgiveness, because this is a card of things coming together. 3 things coming together, flowing together. But there's only one person here. Where's the other 2? Which means the other 2 have unforgiveness, or that one has unforgiveness. Either way. And if you go through that and you hold on to the energy of unforgiveness, how long can you hold it? In your next life, and the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that, when you are a past life to those lives, and the pain you caused and the pain you felt in this life is the inherent trauma in that life. How do you expect yourself with no memory of yourself to heal the pain you procrastinated healing? And then some of you fall to your knees and pray to God, Lord, save us, forgive us. Well, okay, but do you? Because there's supposed to be people in this picture. But the other 2 are busy over here. And then this person here, like Jupiter or Uranus, is just going all kinds of, change all over the place. And everybody's going to be affected by it in one way or another planetarily, right? Electric currents moving between the planets, vibrations, magnetism, wavelengths, thoughts, blah, blah. All the way down to every cell and molecule in the mitochondria and everything, no matter how far deep into the earth you go. When all those planets fall into alignment like that, it's divine justice. It's the way things are supposed to be. It's the way things are supposed to be. The High Priestess, wisdom, is supposed to be on a throne. Why is she on her knees? Isn't her lotus supposed to be multicolored? Isn't it supposed to be bigger? Why is the land behind her swampy? If this is the summer lands, where are the trees? If this is Lammas, where's the harvest? Where is it? If this is man working with spirit, the 3 of Pentacles, where's man? Looking for knowledge in books on how to tend a garden. The absurdity. So the advice is, check yourselves. Recognize where you're not being human. I've mentioned the siege prayer list multiple times in the recent few videos. Please be aware that every moment you are in existence, you are changing and evolving and becoming another version of yourself, whether you want to or not. And when you live your life holding anger or resentment, fear, or unforgiveness towards anybody, including yourself, because you knew willingly what you were doing, at some level, and you have to make peace with that. Some part of you, your soul, your higher self, knew, and you, your human conscious self, technically is the victim to your soul. Because part of your human self doesn't know what you signed up for, so you experience it as punishment sometimes. A lot of people do, right? Or we become the harbingers, the, enacting hand of karma, whether we consciously know it or not. So, are you who you want to be? And if you're not, do you have a justifiable reason for, how do I put this gingerly? I think that's too harsh. Would you panic if Jesus Christ or any messenger or any saint or any deity, even an alien or somebody you don't know, showed up and said, "Hey, kiddo, um, everybody loves you, and we see that you've done this in your past, or that you've never even experienced any of this stuff, and whatever." They give you, they mention that they know you, and they want to give you a chance at a whole new life. Completely no strings attached, not a here you go, here's a piece of candy, little human. A genuine, like a no tricks attached to genie, right? Your direct connection to source, and source is like, okay, now if you are who you are right now, and I shift your body, God shifts your body, your higher self, your soul shifts your body, your physical structure, right here and now, instantly, to who you claim to be, how much would you hate your physical structure after it's done? If your unforgiveness became a limb or an organ on you, how much would you call it ugly per day? If you're cheating, or you're stealing, or you're impregnating women and running around and not taking care of your children, if you're abusing your parents or your grandparents, or you're using them for financial gain, at their detriment, and there's people who do even worse things, and God said to you, okay, so you're irritated, you're this, you're that, I can fix everything right now. From this moment on, your entire body will be healed, and you'll look exactly like you want, like you know yourself to look, right here and now. You don't need to die. You don't need to go through any of it. You can start a new life right now. You can even change your name. Are you who you are right now, so I can turn the imprint into a physical structure? Signed, God. What would you say? And there's no give me 5 minutes. Nope, you answer on the spot. That's where trusting yourself comes in. That's where doing the right thing comes in. That's where learning from your mistakes comes in. That's where making mistakes is required. Fucking up is required. Hitting rock bottom is required. Hitting sky high is required, and then being dragged down to rock bottom again is required. Building a tower out of the rubble and having that tower knocked down is also required. It's all required by source and by your soul. So, source is asking you guys today, through me, are you who you are? Or are there people you need to forgive, yourself included? Are there connections you need to reconnect? Are there bridges you need to rebuild? Are there bridges you need to burn? Are there people who are doing things to you and getting away with it, and you just let them? Are you doing things to people and you think there's no repercussion in the spirit realm because you don't believe in heaven or hell? It doesn't work that way. If you found out right now that your entire life has been on camera for everyone to see, from beginning to end, every moment, not a second of privacy, you've never had a moment's privacy. Everything you've thought, everything you've felt, everything you've eaten, everything you've burped, picked, pooped, peed, has been seen, recorded, and witnessed by multiple people. And if those people came to you and said, okay, giving you another chance to do it even better, with everything you know, catch is your body is going to look like the way you feel about yourself and other people. What if you were a shapeshifter and people instigated so many negative emotions in you and you held on to that negative emotion that it became wrinkles and varicose veins and missing, patches of hair or teeth or limbs or whatever, because people just kept cutting away at you and you let them. Or you did the cutting at people. Where is the empathy for yourself and for others? What if Source came down here and said, hey everybody, you're all going to feel empathy to the highest degree for the next 60 minutes. Complete, pure, unfiltered, empathic connection to everyone and everything you come in contact with within 6 feet of you. How many of you would lose your mind within 5 to 10 seconds? Now, how many of you have judged people who are highly emotional when you should be judging yourself for being so cold? If you see someone capable of such insanity and passion and craziness and even hatred and anger and jealousy, but you're cool, calm, and collected and just a cool dill pickle buddy, like whatever you are, what does that say about you? Are you apathetic and you think you're normal? Are you just numb? Have you gotten comfortable in one emotion and you don't even recognize you don't feel very many? What if suddenly the entire human race was zapped with a ray that made them all feel complete comfort and ease with each other as if they're all at home and they all just smoked a joint? How would that play out? What if everyone gets drunk and tells themselves and each other the truth? And then after 10 minutes, it's all removed so nobody gets violent. Mindfucky, isn't it? Just think how much stuff you don't think about while you're wasting your time thinking about how much you hate your ex or how much you want your ex or how much you hate being alone or how much you hate being around people. It's either one or the other every other day, isn't it? Touch me, get away from me. I miss you. Why are you here? Oh, I love you. I fucking hate you. And then you fight over it, or you fought over it, or you cry about it by yourself. Why are you being that way? Why not just accept that you just had an emotion and change it, feel something different? You're angry at your partner, okay, justifiable reason. Now feel something else for your partner. Show yourself that you can feel more than one emotion towards one person, that you're not a slave to your own emotions. Oh, I don't like that person. Every time I think of them, I feel this emotion. Okay, but don't you realize that emotion is the Yaldabaoth, the demiurge, keeping you from feeling love for that person? Which means if your body was shapeshifted right now, you would have a part of you that is completely unloving towards you. It would hate you the way you hate that person. And then people say, oh, that's cancer. No, that's the physical manifestation of your hatred. It's kind of like how Saruman turned the elves into orcs. He twisted them and fed them flesh. He tortured them, he traumatized them, he abused them, he hid them from the light. And then he made others out of mud and stone and nastiness, and oil and death and decay. And even they were alive and they functioned with their bodies that way, made out of shit. If those were energy and wavelengths and you were viewing them, and then you solidified them into a form, what would it look like? I hope you can find it in your way to wash yourself clean. You see now, this is the third person in a white gown. There was the three of water, the maiden of water, and now this maiden mother crone. Don't wait a lifetime to do the right thing by yourself. To yourself, for yourself, and then for others. I adore you guys. Have a look-see. Just to show you, there is no extra light source other than the light from this little window. What kind of little? And you can see. I'm doing private readings again for a little bit. I don't know, maybe for another week, for like 7 days. So if you would like a private reading, the info is in that little box down there when you click show more. And I love you guys. Puppy is okay. He's right underneath the table by my feet. Lily is in the bedroom. The house is clean, the garden is tended, everything is fucking peaceful, it's amazingness, and I don't even know how to describe it. There's like tornadoes and hurricanes and chaos on the outside, and here I'm just like, do 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 do. Guess I'll play Lord of the Rings. If you guys haven't seen Sandman, you guys should watch Sandman on Netflix. That was pretty good. I bought some paint, by the way. Yay. I bought it a while ago. I haven't used them yet. But like I said a while ago, I think I'm going to make a video when I do it. We can paint together and do some arts and crafts and distract ourselves from all this ridiculousness. I don't even know what's going on. I haven't turned the television. I mean, I don't even have normal broadcast TV to see television, like TV programs or commercials, so I have no idea what's going on in the world. I don't have any news websites I go to. I don't have anybody telling me anything about the outside world. Nothing. The only thing I see ever is when I'm mousing over my this thing here. Where is it? Not that. Not that. Wait, not that. This. the news, right? And then that's what it says. And I'm like, what? And I'm just trying to get to, when I open it, the weather right here. So I open it, I click it, and whenever I see anything there, that's what I see. Other than mail, I don't check the news. But what I can tell you is the world I'm looking at and the way I see it. Like, you see how there's colors here? Sorry. You see this? Now, what if the yellow is actually people's anger, pride, and arrogance? And the red is people's rage, fury, and fear. And the green is people's peacefulness, tranquility, transmutation, and healing. And then the blue up here is people's serenity and bliss and the solace of, snow driven day where you're at home with your coffee cup. And on this side, it's pure waves of emotion, deep beyond what you can comprehend, because they're not angry emotions, they're deep healing emotions, unfathomably deep. Right here in the United States, you see this? And people are like, oh, that's a heat wave. Well, what if it isn't? What if that's the energy that you're seeing, and the energy, like in an aura, is that dirty red? What would you do to make it a pink? You'd add some of that in there, right? But if that's emotion, how are you going to turn the energy of that anger into a different color with those emotions? You'd have to use the air, wouldn't you, to move, which means your thoughts, which then change the terrain that you're looking at, doesn't it? You live in a world of infinite possibilities. When you hold on to one, no matter what you do, one part of you will always be holding on to that. And whatever you see in your other sides and your other realities, no matter how much you look this way or that way, it's still going to be just that area of that thing, because you don't have the motion to move and see other possibilities. Why? Because part of your sight is blinded due to unforgiveness. And by August 23rd, this chaos, the planets align, and you get to move up the ladder or stay where you are. I cannot make it more obvious for you. Choose your battles. There are some you will never win, and some you're not meant to win. They're just there to destroy. Everything is alive. Learn to communicate with it. And then you see Comprende?
Do you comprehend what I'm saying?
I hope you do. I love you. And I will see you face to face very soon.